So we spent a lot of time talking about users, how to assign them to roles, how to control what they do, as well as organize and administrate them. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to be talking about sites and how we're able to reach users with sites. So let's take a look at, first off, what exactly are sites? Sites, very simply put, are places within Liferay that we can store, group, and display content. So sites are just places that store content. But what makes sites more interesting is that not only can we store content, our sites can also have any number of pages which can be used to display content, display widgets, display our applications, so that our users can see the content as well as interact with the widgets. So a couple different use cases here when we're building out a site. Maybe this is a site for a specific organization. So Livingston Loop, for example, we created that organization a little bit ago. Maybe we want to create a site for that organization. A corporate website. Right? This could be your site that you expose to the world for anybody who has interest in your company, what your company is doing, or maybe your company provides a service and you want people to be able to access that specific service. You can create a website to help you do that. You can have an intranet as well, right? Have all of your latest news, have different ways of connecting people internally within the organization using an intranet. Right? Maybe you want to create some designated places for specific teams within your organization, and you want them to be able to collaborate, upload content, upload files, and things like that within their own area. You can create a site for that small dedicated team. And again, you can have your public facing website or extranets. So a couple different examples here of how you may be able to use a website. So sites have two sets of pages. A site can have a set of public pages, anybody can see those, and then you can have a set of private pages. Only members of the site can see those ones. Now, in order for us to be able to control who is a member of a site within Liferay, we have a couple of different options. So of the three options, let's go ahead and talk about each one. So the first type of site we can have is open. What that basically means is any user who signs into Liferay is able to be a member of this site as well as leave the site. So it is quite literally an open door policy. Anybody who signs into Liferay can join or leave. Let's go to the opposite of that. That's going to be the private site. If you have a site that's set to private, in order to be a member of this private site, the administrator of the site is the one who picks and chooses who is a member or who is a user of that site. So it's all up to the admin to pick and choose if the site is set to private. And then sort of the mix between the two is restricted. A restricted site allows the user to request access, but the administrator is the one who's going to say yes or no. So again, just as a brief recap, open, any user can join, any user can leave. Restricted, a user requests access, and then the admin says yes or no. Private, this is all up to the admin. The admin will pick and choose who is a user and who isn't a user or a member of that specific site. So site membership is all about who is able to see the private pages of a Liferay site. And using these three options, we have a little bit of control of who can actually see it. So again, just as a recap, with our sites, we can have public pages, private pages, or both. It's up to us. So public pages are the pages of a website that literally anybody can see them, whether you're signed in, whether you're not signed in. These public pages do not require any sort of special access to see them. They are available to everybody. They're available to the public, as the name kind of tells us. Private pages are, again, the pages that are private. These are the pages that you require membership in order to be able to see them. So public pages are usually typically, the website that you want everybody to see, whereas private pages are more so in regards to something like an intranet or a dedicated place to have specific people be able to collaborate with one another. So let's head back over to the Livingston Hotels and Resorts and talk about what they need with their specific sites. So first off, they're going to be needing a corporate site that has information and resources about their hotel group as a whole. What is Livingston Hotels and Resorts all about, right? What is their mission? Things like that. From there, we're going to have a number of public-facing sites for each hotel. Again, Livingston Hotels and Resorts has a number of hotel branches or hotels that are available. Each one might be a little bit different. So each one will have their own site associated with them so that people like you and I can head over, see what that place is all about, book, and check out prices and things like that. Livingston Hotels is also going to have an intranet. This is where all of their internal employees can come together and kind of see what's going on. Any major changes within the branding or any up-to-date news that the employees need to see is going to be over here in the Livingston Loop. So we're going to be creating a site for that. And then finally, we have the travel magazine, Livingston Life, and we're going to have a site dedicated to that. So all of the cool destinations, all of the must-dos in specific cities or countries would be highlighted over here in the Livingston Life. So all of these are going to be sites created within Liferay. Though each one has a different purpose, we're going to be using the tool, Liferay Sites, to create each one of these. So again, as a brief recap, a site is used to contain, store, organize, and display content. Sites are composed of pages, public and private, and we have control over that by selecting the membership type. So go ahead and take a look in your book really quick, do a little bit of review, and fill in those blanks over in the summary side. Once you're ready, go ahead and head back over here, and we'll do a little bit of discussion of those different blanks and what they are. So back over here, sites offer a variety of ways for publishing, viewing, and editing content. So again, content sites, they go hand in hand. So whenever you think about content, it's always going to be associated with a site. Speaking of sites, sites are not only used to store content, but sites can also have a collection of pages as well. So the pages are used to display the content within the site. Of the types of pages, there are different ways you can access them, or site memberships. So the three different ways, or three different kinds: open, restricted, and private. So those are the three types or three kinds of site memberships. Liferay can be used to not only build, but also connect a variety of different kinds of sites. So again, we talked about the different types of sites that Livingston Hotels is going to need, and you can build all of those different types or all of those different use cases using sites. And then finally, sites allow for both public and private pages. So you can go either way. You can say, I only have public pages, or I only have private pages. Or if you want both, you can also have both as well. You can have your cake and eat it too in this situation.